And welcome everybody, it's Dan. Hope you're well today. So in this session, I want to talk about building a sales funnel or a sales process for your business, because I speak to a lot of people every single week. We have lots of clients, and one of the biggest changes that we help implement in our clients' businesses is a sales process. You see, it's not just about running Facebook ads or having a landing page or even following up. There's a whole bunch of extra stuff that if you're not implementing in your business, you can do all that and it's still not going to work for your business. And so let's deep dive further, and that's what we're going to do in this particular session. So number one, straight off the bat, is you have to map what the customer journey is expected to be. Most people have no idea. They go from an advert and they try and sell the thing directly off the Facebook page, and then wonder why they're not getting any sales. Or you might be a coach and you've got an amazing offer, so you put your offer out on Facebook, and still crickets, nothing. You're not closing, even though it's 50% off and all the rest of it. And usually it's because you've not actually got a map of your customer journey. So there's a saying that we always use with clients, and that is sell the next easy thing for them to do. So, for example, if you're a coach, it may be that actually selling something directly off the Facebook page isn't going to work, because actually it's just cold traffic. They don't know who you are. They have no idea what you do. They don't even like you because they don't even know you. And so you've got to have like a pre-sales thing in place that's going to enable you to get to the offer, but you're trying to offer too early in that journey. So, for example, how we do it in my own business, and we do this with a lot of clients as well, is we'll run an offer, and the offer is like to a lead magnet. So that might be a free of charge training course. It could be a free PDF. So, for example, one of the ones that works very well for us is a Facebook ads guide. People download that because they don't want to pay somebody, they want to do it themselves. The ads guide details all the things that they need to do. It's very comprehensive and it's well written, easy to follow, and so on. So that's the first bit. And we said this in a live stream last week. That just gets the person to stick their hand up and say, I'm interested in Facebook ads. But that's not where we make the money, obviously giving away things. No one can make money doing that. The follow-up advert, the second advert, is actually where we make that money, because then we provide them with an offer. They already know who we are because they've already downloaded our Facebook ads guide. They've probably, after that, already seen me on social media. They do their research, they follow you, they'll look at your YouTube videos, they'll go onto Amazon or what's the other one, iTunes, and they'll go and listen to your podcast, and they'll watch this, for example. And so they'll see all these different things about who you are. And then when you hit them with a 50% off offer, they are then already warmed up. But you can only do this once you've mapped the customer journey. And you need to understand every single step on that customer journey. Because then if you're doing follow-ups, brilliant, put the follow-up into that customer journey. What other touch points can there be in that customer journey? So, for example, are you live streaming like this, for example? Are you pulling out little short videos and then posting those across all social media platforms? Are you writing for other people's blogs? Are you writing on your own blog? Have you got the latest news? Have you got your own thoughts on a GDP increase or decrease? All this stuff is really important, and it's interesting for people who didn't know who you were. Now they know who you are. Now they're starting to see more stuff, and you're building credibility all the way through that process. That credibility aspect is so important. So that then nicely leads us on to number two, which is you have to have a clear and compelling offer. Now, remember, your offer is not the first advert. Your offer is usually the second, third, or fourth advert. Your first advert is to a freebie, a lead magnet, a training course, whatever that's going to be. But you have to have a clear and compelling offer to get someone to take action. Like if it's 50% off, is that going to get someone to get their wallet out? Well, I was thinking about running Facebook ads anyway. So now I was thinking about it, and now there's that offer. Go on, I'll go with that offer. And they already know who you are. So that's why it works. You've got to map the customer journey. The first offer is never the offer. It's always the second offer. And you've got to get people warmed up to who you are. And then the next one really is an effective follow-up system. We've been testing this in-house because the number of people book calls and then just simply don't show up. They don't email, they don't confirm them, they don't reply to anything. It's pretty significant. And I think it's quite rude as well, by the way. It's just, if you're one of these people who books in a call but doesn't show up, that right there in a nutshell is why your business is failing. is because you can't commit, right? And I'm not going to go off on a rant on this, but I see it time and time and time again, the amount of disorganization that often comes with a client, and especially one who books a call and then doesn't show. Oh, I thought it was in an hour. I thought it was tomorrow. No, you didn't, because we sent you text messages and emails and a calendar booking to make sure that that's done. So knowing all of that, right? And people are infallible. People make mistakes all the time, and that's fine. Even though we've sent them, a couple of emails and a text message and everything else, people still make mistakes. I understand that. So what else you need in this sales process is you need a pre-call to the call. It could be a pre-text to the call, but we've tested that and only works some of the time. But actually getting on the phone, and now we have an outbound salesperson, not a salesperson actually, the appointment setter. That's the person who actually phones them up. Hey, John, you booked in with Dan for tomorrow. Tell me a little bit more about your business. What are you wanting to cover? Just making sure you're going to be fine for tomorrow's event as well. Really important. Dan's taking time out of his day. That pre-call, this is about following up, but this is a pre-follow-up, right? It's a pre-follow-up because you've not actually had the call yet. So we do a pre-call, then we do the call, and then that same person phones them the next day and go, hey, how did it go with Dan? Oh, no, you didn't show up. Oh, why not? What was going on there then? So we get an opportunity to speak to the client, and then it doesn't waste my time, because if on the pre-call they go, oh, no, I can't make it tomorrow, go, great, let's reschedule that. When's best for you? And so having that extra bit, if you're a coach or something like that, that sort of thing is invaluable. If you're an e-com business, you're selling stuff online, or if you're selling training courses, we don't do any of that stuff. Like we've got a £27 property sourcing training. We just sell that all day long, 27 quid. Like, I don't need to book a strategy call for 15 minutes. The person is either going to buy it or they're not, right? But the reason they would buy it is because the landing page, we have a two-step process there. So this is, again, the customer journey. They see us on Facebook, or they'll do some SEO, they'll get to the landing page, then to get to the buy now page, they have to put in their name and email address, and often at that point they'll do that and then they won't buy. We call it a cart abandonment, same in e-commerce. So when that happens, it's fine. We've got the name and email address. We can then email them saying, hey, how's your property sourcing training going? Oh, well, I didn't buy it. Okay, well, here's the link. So that works really well. But we can only do that again because we've mapped this customer journey. And understanding all these touch points you've got to put in place, like, said it before, live streaming, images, video, email following up. When someone puts in their information, we email them about the thing that they asked about, asking them to book a call, and obviously a proportion of them do, but we also give them a call as well, a pre-call. Okay, next one then. So by the way, I just wanted to add on that. That's a follow-up system, but it also includes pre-sales, just to make sure they're going to attend that appointment. Great for coaches and that kind of thing, but if you're e-com, you don't need to do that kind of thing, because obviously you're not going to phone somebody up for a pair of sunglasses or whatever it happens to be that you're selling. The final bit here is that you've got to track all of this. So how many people are downloading the guide, and how many of those are actually booking a call, and how many of those are actually showing up, and how many of those actually decide to buy. So you've got 4 different things there, and you have to measure them all, because this is where you can make some really big adjustments in your business. So let's say you have 100 people download the Facebook ad, but only 25 people go for that call. What if you could double that? 100 people download it. We get the pre-sales guy to give them a call. I noticed you've downloaded it, but you've not booked a call. Why not book one in with Dan? Yeah, I'll do that. Get an extra 25 people. Now suddenly we've got 50 people booking calls. Half of them show up, let's say. Now we've got 25, whereas before we'd only have half that. Now we've got 25. Now let's just say we close half of them and get 12, right? Now what if we could increase the number of people that actually show up? So out of 50 calls, we get 35 people showing up, and we close half of them. 50% of 35 is 17. So that's an extra 4 people at what? £600 a month. That's a massive difference. Now move that along into the future for the next 18 months. That is a completely different business than the other business where you're hoping to sell something directly off the advert, which just doesn't work. So they're the 4 things. Of course, is this challenging to do? Is this quite difficult to do if you've never done it before? And even if you have done it before, it's quite hard. We speak to people all the time who think they've got a really good funnel, and we look at the funnel and we go, oh my gosh, well, first up, doesn't work. Have you tested it? No, okay, test it. And second of all, what's this and what's that and what's that? And you've got 3 different prices for the same thing because you were testing different prices, but you forgot to update it on every aspect of the funnel. So all this stuff is really challenging, and so that's where we come in. So if you want to have a chat with us, go and book one of those calls, one of those strategy calls. Takes 15 minutes to find out more about your business, and we'll see if we can actually help you or not. In the meantime, I hope you find that useful, and we'll catch up with you in the next one. My name's Dan Latter.